Hey guys, I'm Houndour and welcome to a Pokemon challenge video. In this video we want to see, can we beat Pokemon HeartGold with only a Houndour? Houndour is my favourite Pokemon, but his first form is still pretty good. His base stats are decent with good special attack and relatively good speed and attack. For moves, by level up we learn some pretty good ones like Nasty Plot to raise our special attack, Crunch and Flamethrower. Moving on to our TMs, I can see quite a few that stand out. Sludge Bomb is a good poison type move, and Sunny Day Solar Beam combination, which is probably what we'll need for most water and ground types. Double Team is an option, although I really don't want to rely on that. But I think we can do this run, although Red will probably be a challenge even at level 100. So let's do a quick briefing of the rules. I'm only allowed to use Houndour in combat. I'll need other Pokemon to be my HM partners and help me finish the run. No cheating, that goes for glitches and exploits. And no items in battle, although the Everstone and Held items are okay. So let's just get started. So I start off by changing Cyndaquil to Houndour using the Universal Pokemon Randomizer, so my rival has Totodile, the hardest for us to fight. I named my Houndour Hotdog for this run. Let me know your favourite Pokemon in the comments below, and whoever has the top comment for my next video, I'll name my Pokemon the name you commented with. So our first fight is our rival. We are faster and we go for Ember, but it doesn't do much damage, which really isn't a good sign for my special attack stat. Totodile uses Lair to lower our defense, and then he scratches. We're no match for it at this level, it quickly takes us down. I check our nature and we have a calm nature which lowers our attack and boosts our special defense. It's definitely not great when we rely on moves such as Bite and Crunch. The good news is we don't have to beat our rival to progress at this point, so we don't have to grind. Next up is Bellsprout Tower. It's as easy as you think it would be with Houndour just burning his way through with Ember. We hit level 9 and learn Smog, a decent enough poison type move for now, and after we beat the Elber with no problems, we hit level 11. With Bellsprout Tower down, we go for Falkner, the first gym leader. He sends out his Pidgey and we send out Houndour. The first Pidgey goes down quite easily, however he does leave a sand attack, lowering our accuracy. We take out the Pidgey with Ember, then out comes his ace, Pidgeotto. He hits us pretty hard with a tackle and we miss our Ember. The second tackle connects and we hit Ember, but we do low damage with it, sealing our fate, and that means we fail attempt number 1. I think we can do this though if Pidgey doesn't hit us with sand attack, so let's try again. Attempt number 2 starts off pretty well with Pidgey going for a tackle rather than sand attack. However, he hits a critical hit, so it's not looking good. Pidgeotto comes out and we do okay damage now with Ember, but one gust ends at attempt number 2. I think we need to be a bit of a high level, so we're going to have to grind for the first gym. Grinding wasn't too bad. We got to level 14, so I think I'm ready for Falkner. We are now dealing massive damage to Pidgey with Ember, and he misses his tackle, so we knock him out. Pidgeotto comes out and we land a critical hit Ember. One more Ember seals us a victory and gets us our first badge. Well, we definitely had luck on our side here, but with how much our damage has increased from leveling up, I don't think it mattered too much. Our next stop is Slowpoke Well. This is where we hit level 17 and we finally learn a dark type stab move, Bite. It's a good enough move, but we have really low attack, so I don't know if it'll be doing too much damage. With this, we take out Proton pretty easily just by spamming Ember. It's time for the second gym. As you can imagine, the trainers leading up to Bugsy was really easy for us and they all died in one hit to Ember. So we finally get to Bugsy, Cypher outspeeds us and kills us with a U-turn. Yikes. Let's try that again. Attempt number 2. Cypher goes for a focus energy as we hit an Ember for nearly half and we get the burn. Amazing look so far. He hits a weak quick attack and we finish him off with a critical hit Ember. We're so lucky right now. The rest of his team are a one-shot sweep with Ember, giving us a victory and getting us our second gym badge. Straight after Bugsy, we have our rival number 2 fight. We one-shot Ghastly with a Bite, and then out comes Croconaw. I go for Ember turn 1, which was a silly mistake. He uses Scary Face now, making us slower than him, and hits us with a super effective water gun. He outspeeds us and hits us again with another effective water gun as we take him to the red with Bite. He then goes for his own Bite, taking us to 1 HP, and he hits us with a flinch. Luck's now turning on us. Okay, let's just do that again. Ghastly's a one-shot still. Out comes Croconaw and we use Bite and get the flinch. Next turn we Bite again and he goes for Scary Face. Now he outspeeds us and water guns us, leaving us with only 5 HP as we get the KO. Zubat comes out and we level up, giving us 7 HP as we go for 1 Ember. He hits a weak Bite, taking us to 2 HP, and it seals us a victory. Phew. We make our way through Ilex Forest to Goldenrod City. In Goldenrod City we can buy TM38 Fire Blast, a 110 base power fire move, with only 85% accuracy, so it might be unreliable, but it's much stronger than Ember, so we swap it out and we pick up the bike. On to Whitney. Whitney sends out Clefairy and we lead Houndour. Clefairy goes down in one move to Fire Blast. Out comes Miltank. She goes for a Tract and we get immobilized by Love. The next turn, we break through and we hit a super strong Fire Blast as she goes for Stomp, dealing massive damage. She outspeeds us and Stomps takes us out. We got unlucky with a Tract, so let's try that again. Second attempt, Clefairy lives on just a sliver of HP from a Fire Blast. She goes for a Metronome and gets the move Swagger, which confuses us and raises our attack. We hit ourselves in confusion next for a massive chunk of damage. The next turn we break through and we take it out with one Fire Blast, so I'm thinking it's a damage roll if she lives or we kill her. Unfortunately though, that means we don't have enough HP now for Miltank and she quickly takes us out. I think we can do this at this level with a bit more luck, we'll have to try. Next attempt goes a lot better. We one-shot Clefairy with Fire Blast and then she sends out Miltank. She's still faster than us, so she stomps us for a good amount of damage and we hit a Fire Blast, taking her to half. She goes for a Stomp, leaving us with 1 HP, but she flinches us again. RNG is just not in our favour lately. We try again at least 5 more times, but it's really not happening. We're going to have to grind to a higher level. We grind on the trainers just above Goldenrod City on Route 35 to around level 24. I think we can beat Whitney at level 24, so let's go and give it another shot. This time it goes much better at level 24. We take out Clefairy as usual, and then out comes Miltank. We're still slower than her, but Stomp doesn't do nowhere near as much damage, and our Fire Blast is still doing a lot. She stomps us again, but she doesn't get the flinch this time, and we take her out with a final Fire Blast, earning us our 3rd gym badge. That was kinda tough, but we did get there in the end. On our way to Ekrutiak City, we battle Sudowoodo, and that gets us the HM for Surf. Time to take on rival number 3. Things start off really well with a bite on Ghastly to take it out. Croconaur's next, and all he does is spam Scary Face while we're biting. It doesn't do too much damage, so we use Howl to boost our attack. We take a few water guns and we hit bites, KOing Croconaur. Next is Zubat. He confuses us as we take him down, but it leaves us on only a small amount of HP and we're confused. Magnemite comes out and paralyzes us. We can't attack our next turn and he hits us for a Sonic Boom, taking us to only 2 HP. The next turn though, we do break through to take it out with Fire Blast, winning us rival number 3. Morty's gym is next. Houndour being a dark type and having access to Howl and Bite combination at this level, I don't see it being an issue. The trainers up to him was a joke and we breezed through them with Bite. The hardest part was me navigating the path, so it's time for Morty. Morty was a breeze. Although Nightshade and Shadow Ball did do some solid damage, the combination of Bite and the Howl boost proved too much and we defeated him, earning us our 4th gym badge and giving us a TM for Shadow Ball, a strong gold special move that we can teach Houndour. While making our way through to the next gym, we run into Raikou twice. Thank God he doesn't attack us though. It's funny, when I want to find these guys it's hard, and when I don't it's easy and we run into him. We also have the Lighthouse. It's pretty easy as we sweep through to the top to help out Ampharos. We learn Fire Fang on the way, a decent enough fire type move that might help us if Fire Blast becomes unreliable. We find a rare candy, taking our level now to level 31. And for Chuck, and this has me scared as his ace is a Poliwrath, and I had every right to be worried. This took so many attempts and we had to backtrack to go and learn the TM for Solar Beam to even stand a chance. Even on this attempt, after grinding all the way to level 36, we still can't beat him without insanely good luck. Primeape goes down to after double teaming as we connect to Fire Blast for a one shot, but then it's Poliwrath. We charge a Solar Beam as he hits us for a Surf, taking us to 30 HP. He then charges up a Dynamic Punch rather than surfing us, and we hit him for a Solar Beam, but it still doesn't do enough damage. He heals up with a Citrus Berry and he can just take us out. We're going to have to be really lucky to beat this guy. Okay, finally after so many attempts we get this run. We take out Primeape in one hit as he goes for a Focus Punch, so we don't take any damage. Now Poliwrath. We charge up a Solar Beam turn 1 and we finally get some luck with his Hypnosis missing. We deal massive damage as his Citrus Berry activates, heals him, and he hits us with a Body Slam. We charge up another Solar Beam as he goes for Hypnosis again and he misses again. Then he goes for a Focus Punch, allowing us to connect with the Solar Beam and finally winning us the Storm Badge. That took way too many attempts. I didn't want to grind too high of a level, but I'm glad it's over with now. Let's move on. Right after Chuck, we go to Jasmine, the Steel type gym, and this was a breath of fresh air. There's not too much to say about it other than all it took was 3 Fire Blasts to get us our 6th gym badge, the Mineral Badge. I'll take a quick and easy sweep at this point. I guess it's time to move on to the next. Head back to Eretek City and head towards Route 42 and Mahogany Town. We get the HM for Strength, and then when we arrive there we need to head to the Lake of Rage to access the gym. After we take down the weirdly coloured Gyarados with not much issue, we get a red scale, and we speak to a trainer called Lance. We can go back to Mahogany Town now. I've also realised I've not added the mineral badge to the screen. It should now just appear like magic. We go and do the Rocket Hideout, and there's really not much for us to say here either. We're at high level and we just bite our way through the whole thing. It's good for XP though, but there is no challenge here. Our double battle with Lance is also super easy. We take them down and knock out the electrodes before finally being able to move on and go on to our next gym, Price. Sweeping our way through the trainers and taking a lot longer than I want to admit on the puzzles, Price's seal goes down to a couple of Shadow Balls after setting up the hail. We level up, letting us swap out Fire Blast for a powerful flamethrower. Piloswine's next. It can't handle one flamethrower and goes down pretty easy. Price is ace now, Dugong. It hits us for a weaker Aurora Beam as we go for a massive Solar Beam doing incredible damage. It hits us with an Ice Shard as we go for a Shadow Ball, but it doesn't quite KO it, and it goes for rest. It uses Sleep Talk to hit us with another Aurora Beam, but we hit a final Solar Beam, winning us the Glacier badge. Next we go back to Goldenrod to do the Team Rocket Radio Tower. All the grunts are super easy as we're high level, and Flamethrower Stab is just so good for us right now. We sweep Petrol with Flamethrower and Shadow Ball, and we get us the basement key. So now it's time for rival number 4. He leads with his Golbat as we take him out with a critical hit Flamethrower. Next up is Feraligatr. We hit for a Shadow Ball and he goes for Thrash, doing quite a bit of damage. We hit another Shadow Ball to take him to the red as he hits Thrash, nearly taking us out. We finish him off after this. Then he brings out Magnemite, which is always a one-shot with us with Flamethrower, and then comes Haunter. That goes down quite easily to a bite as well. Finally he sends out his Sneasel. Sneasel goes for Quick Attack, leaving us on only 2 HP as we win the fight. It's getting kinda close sometimes with these 2 HPs and 1 HPs, but I'll take it. Our final gym badge is Claire. She's a Dragon type gym leader. We're level 49 now and have learnt Crunch, a really good dark move that is a physical, although our attack stat isn't that great. Claire leads with Gyarados. It knows Intimidate, so it lowers our attack, but we get a critical hit with Crunch. Dragon Rage does decent damage as we take it out with another Crunch. Kingdra comes out and our Crunch does absolutely nothing and takes us out in one hit with Hydro Pump. We are definitely going to have to be a higher level, so I think we're going to grind to around level 53 and learn Nasty Plot and then try again. We head south and grind on all the trainers and wild Pokemon we've not beaten yet. The grind isn't too bad, but it does take us a while to hit level 53. But we finally do it and get Nasty Plot. I'm just hoping this strategy works and we can sweep Claire. Okay, let's try this now. Out comes Gyarados. We are faster and go for a Nasty Plot, boosting our special attack stat as Gyarados hits us for a Dragon Rage that does okay damage. On turn 2, as we go for another Nasty Plot, Claire goes for another Dragon Rage that takes us to only 50 HP. Next, Claire survives a Shadow Ball from us and hits us with Dragon Rage, taking us down to 12 HP. She heals next turn and we finish her off with a Shadow Ball. Kingdra comes out next and he dies to 1 attack. Next up is the Dragonairs, but we outspeed them and they can't take a hit from us with this much boost. That gives us our final gym badge and opens up the way for us to go and start the Elite Four. Before the Elite Four though, we have to take on the Kimonos girls, and this is where we hit a massive roadblock. We have to battle each of them while they all have evolutions, and the end one is a Vaporeon. Umbreon's out first and he always confuses us turn 1, and we can't take him out fast enough. We set up a Nasty Plot, but even with a boosted Flamethrower, he just tanks it. We take him out next time, but the next one is Espeon. He dies to just 1 Shadow Ball. After Espeon is Flareon. Flareon survives 2 Crunches and hits us with 2 Quick Attacks. After Flareon, it's Jolteon. He's faster than us and just takes us out with a Thunderbolt. I try again a few more times, but it's really not happening. We need to be a higher level. It takes us several levels until we can finally hit Vaporeon, and even then we just lose to a Surf. It's not until level 65 until we get this run. We Flamethrower Umbreon for good damage as he goes for a Confuse Ray. We break through the Confuse Ray and we take out Umbreon. Next up is Espeon. Espeon's just his usual one-shot to Crunch, so we have no problems here. Flareon's next and hits the usual 2 Quick Attacks before we can take him out with Crunches. Jolteon's next, we're now faster, we hit Grunch as he goes for a double team. We break through it and hit the Crunch for the knockout. Finally, Vaporeon. We Crunch for massive damage, but as we live a Surf on only 22 HP. This took me so long to grind and it took me a lot of attempts. I really didn't expect this roadblock right now, but we managed to get through in the end. It's time for the Elite Four. Here are our stats before we head in. With level 67, we have good special attack and speed. Our special defense is also okay, but our defense is weak and our attack isn't the greatest. Our HP is not too bad, but let's give the Elite Four a shot and see if we can become champion. First up in the Elite Four is Will. We're a dark type, so this should be pretty easy for us. Xatu's first and goes down to a single crunch. Slowbro is next and we hit a crunch to take him to just under half. He goes for a curse, raising his defense and lowering his speed. Will hits a super potion as we go for another crunch, getting the critical hit and taking down Slowbro. Next is Executor. One flamethrower is all it needs to drop its HP and take him out. After that is Xatu again. We outspeed and one crunch is all it takes to drop him. Finally, Jinx. One flamethrower and she goes down, winning us our first Elite Four fight. The second Elite Four is Koga, the poison type Elite Four expert. Houndour can take out his lead Ariados with just one flamethrower. Next is Muck, so I use this opportunity to set up a nasty plot boosting our special attack as he goes for minimize to raise his evasion. The next turn we flamethrower, taking him out. Fortress is no match and goes down in one hit. Crobat comes out, outspeeds us and tries to boost his evasion with double team, but we connect and take him down. Lastly is Venomoth, who is weak to fire, so he goes down in one move also. Third is Bruno, the fighting type Elite Four. We need to outspeed him or we could just go down as we are a dark type. In fact, there's not much to say about this fight. We set up on Hitmontop as he goes for a counter, we use Nasty Plot, we outspeed his whole team and take them all down in one move using both Flamethrower and Shadow Ball. This fight was stupidly easy. Aaron, the dark type Elite Four. Her lead is Umbreon, so we take the opportunity to boost our special attack with Nasty Plot. Umbreon double teams and then the next turn hits us with a Confuse Ray. We break through and take down Umbreon in one flamethrower. Next up, Gengar. We snap out of our confusion and one Shadow Ball is all it takes to take him down. Next, Murkrow. One flamethrower and he goes down also. Then comes Houndour, our evolved form. We hit a weak crunch as he sets up a nasty plot, so we go for Shadow Ball, doing way more damage as he is healed by his Citrus Berry. He fires off a weak Dark Pulse, doing very little damage as we finish him off with Shadow Ball. Finally, Vileplume. Vileplume's weak to fire, so one boosted flamethrower is all it takes to take down the Dark type Elite Four. It's time for the Pokemon champion, Lance. He's got Dragon types, so fire is not going to be too effective against him. He leads with Gyarados and we lead Houndour. We try to set up a nasty plot and he hits us with Waterfall and we go down in one hit. Great, we're going to need to change up our moves. I'm thinking Sunny Day to reduce the power of the water type moves and boost our fire moves, and we'll give it another shot. We're level 70 now and we go for Sunny Day turn 1 to reduce the power of the water type attacks. Gyarados hits Waterfall, taking us down to half HP. We set up a nasty plot, boosting our special attack as he goes for another Waterfall. This time it takes us to only 11 HP. We hit him with a flamethrower that's not very effective, but in the sun and boosted it takes him down. Out comes Aerodactyl next and he outspeeds us and just knocks us out. This isn't good, we might have to be a higher level. Okay, so after many attempts and a lot of Elite Four grinding, we get this run all the way at level 83. So turn 1 we go for Sunny Day to reduce water type attacks. We set up a nasty plot as he hits a Waterfall. We then go for another nasty plot as he takes us to the yellow with Waterfall. We then take him out with a sun boosted ×4 nasty plot flamethrower. Out comes Aerodactyl, we finally outspeed him and knock him out with flamethrower. Third is Dragonite. We still have the sun, so a flamethrower is still strong enough to knock him out. But the sun fades on our next one as out comes his second Dragonite. Shadow Ball is enough to take him out, and his third Dragonite goes down the same to another Shadow Ball. Finally, Charizard, who dies in just one Shadow Ball. That makes us champion and means we beat the run. But the run's not over just yet. We have Kanto to go and we have a really good boss fight still. So we sweep through Kanto with no problems. Nasty plot sweeping is so effective, so on to Blue. We're level 90 and in order to beat him we had to be insanely lucky. It took me a lot of tries to beat him, so here it is. Turn 1, we set up Nasty Plot. He puts us to sleep and hits us with Leaf Storm. We wake up and we boost Nasty Plot. We boost Nasty Plot again as he misses Hypnosis. Next turn, we set up a final Nasty Plot maxing out our special attack. We knock him out on the turn Trick Room ends with a flamethrower. Then we proceed to knock Rhydon out with a Shadow Ball, Machamp with a flamethrower, Gyarados with a Shadow Ball, Arcanine with a Shadow Ball, and finally Pidgeot with a flamethrower. Okay, so the final fight of the game, Red. I'm just going to be completely honest and say I thought this was impossible. I have never been stuck on a fight more in Pokemon than I was on Red. Even at level 100 we are speed tied with Pikachu, and if Pikachu won the speed tie, he would one-shot us with Volt Tackle. If we won the speed tie, we faced a Blastoise that knew Focus Blast and had insane accuracy. I tried many attempts and many different builds, from Sunny Day Solar Beam to Double Team Nasty Block, but after over 100 attempts, I finally got the perfect RNG with the perfect build. Let me show you. So our final build consists of Dark Pulse, Substitute, Double Team and Nasty Plot. Red leads Pikachu and we go for a Dark Pulse. We are forced into attacking him as Pikachu will take us out otherwise, so we take him down with Dark Pulse. Blastoise, we go for a Double Team and pray he misses Focus Blast. He does. We go for another Double Team and he misses again. Then sets us up a Substitute as he misses his third Focus Blast in a row. Hail makes us use our Citrus Berry as we set up a Nasty Plot. Blastoise breaks our Substitute with Focus Blast now, and we have max special attack from all three Nasty Plots. We can finally go for the sweep. We Dark Pulse Blastoise for a one-shot, we Dark Pulse Lapras for a one-shot, Snorlax comes out and doesn't go down to a Dark Pulse and hits us with a Crunch. Red uses a full restore as our next Dark Pulse critical hit, taking him out and leaving us with only 30 HP. We take out Charizard, Hail hits us and we're left with 15 HP. We take out Venusaur, finally with the Dark Pulse, winning us the run. So to elaborate on the luck we needed to win this fight, we needed to win the speed tie with Pikachu, Blastoise to miss 3 Focus Blasts in a row, we needed to set up 3 Nasty Plots, we needed to critical hit Snorlax, and after all that we still ended the fight on 15 HP. This run was fun and definitely had its challenges, but for our first attempt at something like this, I think it went well overall. If you're still watching, then thank you, it means a lot. Please do let me know any feedback you have, good or bad, in the comments. I realise HeartGold is technically Gen 4, so the HP bars do move kind of slow, so that's something I'm going to keep in mind going forward. Thanks for watching guys, and I'll see you in the next challenge.